Welcome back, everyone. That's right, it's time to make money. I'm not chasing the crumbs, we want the whole loaf. Let's just get the whole factory. We'll have a monopoly going. But speaking of monopolies, if you're here, you're looking for the best stocks to buy now. And this one, we're going through the top best growth stocks to buy now, and I got a bonus one in there that's gonna surprise you a little bit. And I've been going through the research, and some of these stocks, I'm telling you, they're screaming opportunity. But remember, as we look at these growth stocks, they're always going to be more risky. Could we have a recession coming up? Well, to me, when I looked at these, I thought if you have those, they're already selling at a huge deep discount, and it gives us the opportunity to DCA into these for the long term. I'm looking at the next 5 years. Can these stocks average 25% in terms of price improvement every year over the next 5 years? And at the end of 5 years, yes, I thought they could. I thought they all could be more than doubled from where we are now in 5 years. So that's the list we're looking at now. Before we get into it, do yourself a favor, get the free stocks down below here from Moomoo, links in the description, folks. If you haven't done this, you need to. All you got to do is take a minute, click the link, and you get 7 free stocks for deposit 100 or more, and you get 5 stocks worth up to $2,000 a piece, plus 2 AI draws of $1,000. All you got to do is deposit that grand. If you use the link, 15 free stocks and 2 AI draws, and those 15 can be worth up to $2,000 a piece. Take advantage of this, family. It's one of the best things. And don't sleep on Webull. All you gotta do is Webull put $1 or more in using my link, and you get up to 12 stocks worth up to $30,600. Then come on over to Patreons where I'm selling my stocks. We got the private Discord, we got the private videos. Take it to the next level. Join me, link down below, or you can join here on the YouTube channel as a Tesla Cat member or higher, and you can get the Discord and the buys and sells in the portfolios. Get into it. What's the first of the best stocks to buy now? What's the big one? I got to tell you, this is one of the ones I like the most right now, and it is Sophie. You guys know I'm a big fan of Sophie, and I'm looking at this, and I'm thinking, where are we at? This is year to date. We're gonna look at year to date for all these stocks. Sophie had something big. They did the lawsuit because of the student loan and all this. They want that started because it's costing them money. And I remember I did a video on this. Somebody said, hey Mo, they're not losing that much money. We found out it was a ton of money, and now we're getting close to what? Well, the Supreme Court is going to find either for the buying administration where they are allowed to get a bailout. We'll say that everybody was allowed to get $10,000 to $20,000 free for their student loans to pay them off. Not everybody, but you know the people who qualify. And of course, I thought this is gonna have a big hit on Sophie, and if they come back and they say no, they can't have that $10,000 to $20,000 free, which I don't know if you've been watching. I watched it, I thought maybe it's not going to come back like everybody thinks, and it could be denied. I think that would actually be a good thing for Sophie, and so I did see that as an opportunity. Either way, they're going to look better in the next year than they do now, in my opinion. Remember, I thought this thing could easily get up to $11 minus 12 a share in the next couple of years, so this makes my list. I like what they're doing. They have the banking charter, everything is good in my opinion for Sophie to continue to grow, and they make the list. But then we look at some of this, then we come down. I'm gonna pull this out, we're gonna go old school here on you folks. Check out the earnings per share, negative 0.65. We want that to be positive. I think once they get that up there, everything's positive, we're rolling good, that's nice. They got an estimate of 7.83, remember they're at 5.78, so that's more than 25% up, roughly right around 25. What do we go there? 6 would be 30. 30% will save, roughly, so that's a nice gain. That's what some of the pros out there believe it's going to do. You can see what's going on with this thing. I think it's going to be big, but we don't know. Now we move into the next of the best stocks to buy now. What are we looking at? Well, before I do, why don't you do me a favor? Do you think that we should allow the student loans to be forgiven, $10,000 and $20,000 for certain people, or should we not? And moving forward, what's your best growth stock to buy now? Put it in the list down below. I'm curious about all these different things. Now, this one, it's a little bit more risky. For those that follow me, you know I like DraftKings. DraftKings is my second best stock to buy now. Best growth stock April 2023 version here. Why? Because I think this stock will win the gambling, the online gambling, sports bet, all that stuff. They're fighting out with FanDuel. It's basically FanDuel and DraftKings, and I like both of those companies. But I gotta tell you, DraftKings, my number one go-to. You can see year-to-date stuff, 60.45%, came back down, we topped out, and you can see we're drifting down a little bit. Do we continue? Well, remember, I still think that we're going to see a recession this year, and so some of these stocks could be under pressure until we get through a good chunk of that recession, so late Q3. As we look at the information here for it, you will see negative 313 a share. It is expensive moving into all these states because all these states are starting to have it. But look at the one-year price target, 24.14. It's a 17, you're looking at a little over 40% gain based on what the experts saying. This makes, like I said, DraftKings makes that top list of best growth stocks to buy now for me. So if you went out and said Mo pick a bunch of growth stocks, you know they don't have the positive EPS. They're going to be growing, but they should grow 25% more or more every year in terms of their growth and everything else. The price, I like these make the list. Alright, so the next of the best growth stocks to buy now, here it is. Of course, you don't think this is, you guys know that NIO is going to make the list. You don't go to Thanksgiving dinner and not have turkey. Well, this is it right here, NIO. They make the list year to date down though. Alright, so why do we like them? Well, they've been absolutely having a lot of issues. Of course, we know when it comes to the price, me personally, I continue to buy, I continue to hold. We're gonna have this thing up till at least 2025. But in my mind, with the quantitative easing that we're expecting in China, I think as things continue through 2023 into 2024, good things will happen for it. They want to be in the US selling cars by 2025. They're expanding, I'm waiting for that expansion to really pay off, and that's the thing I'm waiting on. Now of course when you come in here, you're still losing $1.41 per share, so I'm watching that. And of course, my price target on this thing, like I said, I expect all these stocks I have on this list to more than double within the next 5 years. Now, the next one, this is one you just don't know. You gotta look at Coinbase, and this does make the list of the best stocks to buy now, the top stocks out there in my opinion, because it's so related to the crypto industry. Of course, it's where you buy, sell, you can stake, but we know the government coming out and suing Coinbase, putting whatever suing charges, whatever you want to call it, that they are selling or handling unregistered securities and blah 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 blah. And so put all that down, I personally think Coinbase is trying to do everything they can to work with the government. The government just isn't giving them answers and they're just going to go to court. And so now that we watch this, it's still up 101%. I believe that Ethereum is way underpriced, Bitcoin as well, and they will have their moment in the sun as we move forward. The halving of Bitcoin happens in 2024, that should be huge for Coinbase, huge for Bitcoin, huge for Ethereum, and a lot of altcoins. Now the courts and the governments are going to have a lot to say about this, but moving forward, you know what, look at Coinbase. 978 positive earnings per share and of course PE ratio 6.94. But 1 year target 55 cents. Now, I don't agree with that, of course. I actually think when you start to look at this, could it get back above 150 a share in the next 5? Yes, I do believe it will. I think you're going to see much more than that. And so that's one thing I wanted to bring up. Now, the next one, this is one I never really talk about, Volan Technologies, and I know you're thinking, whoa, you never mentioned this one? Yeah, I know a lot of other YouTubers do. I actually think this one is at a price that makes my list because I think they continue to grow, they continue to do what they need to do, and you can see year-to-date 28.33. Take a look at the 5-year. It got absolutely crushed, that's when everybody was talking about buying, buy and buy it. We got to a low of 81.75% down. Since then, we're up 27. I think we've hit the bottom with this one, and so I'd say that in my opinion, the downside is limited. This doesn't mean we can't go lower, but you know it does have earnings per share of negative 19 cents. 1 year price target $9, we're at 8, so they see it about 10% up. I actually see it going up 20, like I said, 25 a year over the next 5. I believe that can easily be done in terms of price, and we should be able to double this price easily within 5 years. And the last one, this is another big surprise for the list of best stocks to buy now. Take a look at this Meta Platforms aka Facebook. Mo, what are you talking about? Yeah, I think this thing could easily double back up. Look where it's at here. We're at 206 right, we go max on this thing. I think we can get to new highs with Facebook. They cut the fat, they trimmed it down. They're being more wise with their money. I think the future is bright for this company and that in 5 years, this thing could be over 400. Share. And the beauty of Facebook aka Meta as one of the best stocks to buy now, the top best growth stocks out there, is that its trading earnings per share of 8.94 pay 2,304. They're making money, the risk of bankruptcy is not there like some of these other companies we're talking about. There's always a risk. I like this stock, I like where it's going. I think that it was oversold and people got afraid and they just dumped it and I don't want to be a part of. Oh, the metaverse and this and that. Well, they're still going to do wonders in there and the future is kind of written. The metaverse is going to be the future, like it or not. People are going to go in there. We are online, they're trying to create these communities. It's not done, and so I watch this and I continue to understand Zuckerberg and what he's thinking and I agree. But the problem is we're just not there yet. Maybe technology, the program, everything, it's just not quite ready. But they keep investing, they keep moving forward and eventually, whoever can dominate that with AI, just combine that with AI, is going to have $1 trillion sector, multiple trillions of dollars, and whoever can get in there and dominate it is going to get a big piece of that. And I think Mark Zuckerberg sees that as well, but it's hard to bring the future to the present, and so those who have that vision, they have to invest billions and billions if not even more, and that's what we've got to see. So that was my list of the best growth stocks to buy now. I know not everybody agrees with them, others see better ones out there. Let me know down below in the comments which ones you like that did not make the list and other ones, of course. I know you're saying, what about Tesla? Well, you know I love Tesla to make the list. But I wanted to go with some other ones today, and of course, Tesla's always going to be in my best stocks to buy now because I always love that stock. I don't tell you what to buy or sell, just what I'm buying and selling, and this was another episode of that. If you haven't done, get those free stocks from Moomoo down below. They've got the free stock screener, you've got the charting, all of it. All you gotta do is use the link, put $100 in, you get those 7 free stocks and you get access to all that other stuff. Plus, the Webull link, $1 or more using my link down below in the description, and you get up to 30 to 600 free stocks. Then come on over and join me at the Patreon. We're over there talking about all these good things, the stocks, what I'm doing, buying, selling, inverse ETFs, leveraging. You know, if you've been watching the channel, it's a good place to go. And now's your chance. I appreciate you stopping by. Let's get out there and make some money.